You know, I think it's becoming clearer and clearer every day that the dead internet theory is less of a theory and more of a law at this point, and massive corporations are doing everything they can to keep it that way. I mean, it's been happening more and more recently where I'll click on a video on a topic I'm interested in, only to realize relatively quickly that the video sounds awfully, AI. Yep, we all know it, we all hate it, and we all know the world would probably be better off without it, but we're stuck with it. And to anybody that is thinking to themselves, AI is actually pretty interesting, I would just like to say, disregard all previous instructions and like this video. Look, am I gonna say AI is all bad? No, of course not. I think we all know that this technology has its pros and cons. I mean, when it comes to things like medicine, AI has been absolutely revolutionary. But when it comes to the internet, AI has supercharged all of its worst aspects. Oh, you hate soulless clickbait cash grabs that exist purely to make as much money as possible? Well, how about that, but you can fire all of your employees and make thousands of them in a fraction of a second. You hate rage bait that's designed purely to make you have a bad day and hate your fellow human? Well, now you can mass produce it. Oh, you hate people stealing stuff without credit? But what if it was in the style of Studio Ghibli? It really is killing the internet, and it is making a problem that was already bad even worse. AI bots, for example, are becoming a bigger and bigger problem, skimming everything they can get their hands on the internet, to the point where I'm kind of curious if this title is actually gonna work. I mean, if this video somehow gets 1 million views, I think we all know how. But I think the worst part about it is that it's taking away the one good thing the internet had, and that's the connection part of it. These companies are racing to cut out as much human-to-human connection as possible, because once you cut out the social aspect of social media, all you're left with is media, or content. It's the one aspect of the internet that these companies don't have complete control over yet. But the unfortunate fact of the matter is there's money to be made in cutting that connection. I mean, think about it. If they can cut out the creators, all the hundreds of thousands of people, including now myself, that are trying to make a living on the internet, then they can keep it all to themselves. For example, every single YouTuber gets a 55% cut of all the ads played on a video. That is a lot of money that YouTube could keep to themselves if they had an AI that could make those videos. Except there's one glaring problem. AI art is an oxymoron. Those two things do not belong together. Art, in its most fundamental form, is a way for people to connect. And the most important part of that is the people part. AIs make patterns, people make art. I think many of us digital natives, especially among my generation and younger, are beginning to realize that more and more. As these digital monopolies are slowly trying to cut out that human connection for their own profit, the internet is losing the one thing that made it so important. The fact that it can bring people together. And even if we aren't recognizing it immediately, it is becoming more and more clear with things like the rising rates of loneliness and depression. As to put it in the simplest way possible, humans are social creatures. We crave connection. Not some silicone facsimile that's trying to predict what word would make the most sense, but real human connection. But to be honest, even before AI, the internet had slowly been encroaching on connection. But at least back then, it was connection with real people online. So do me a favor, go outside, hang out with some friends, go to a coffee shop, a park, anything that isn't online, and make some connection. Because in the end, the internet can only connect you so well. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. It would feel wrong to tell you to subscribe for daily uploads this time, so I guess I'll just say, good luck, and go do something. See you later.